I went solo. Today I'm joined by
I know.
Sister Livono Ture.
Norman Ngube.
When you're Charlotte.
Thank you so much. As we've had today, our topic is crushing moments. I hope you will enjoy yourself. Want to hear challenges and crushing times of our lives. So with these beautiful people that we have with us today, we'll hear different stories that will be able to encourage you. Thank you so much. And today we're going to start with our beloved Brother Lionel. Brother Lionel, tell us more about yourself. Please explain to us, what kind of crushing moments have you had?
The crushing moments that I had was being in prison. I have been sentenced for 47 years. 30 years for attempted murder and 17 years for assault and common assault. It was a great experience being in prison. Inside the prison cells, we were maximum people of 40
Okay.
in a cell.
Okay.
As time went on, I used to get a promotion from the wardens. I became the monitor of that cell.
Okay.
In prison, there are gangsters.
Okay. Yes. I've
They
heard
call
of
them
that.
the numbers. If I can mention the numbers, is the 26, the 28, the Big Five, the Air Force, and the Air Force 3. These are the people that, when they war each other, even the wardens are scared. But
Wow.
eventually they come and they say, they call on the other sections wardens to come and solve the problem.
Okay.
While I was in prison, I decided not to go for gangsterism,
Okay.
but I
Yes.
chose God. There was a Bible study.
Okay.
There's a pastor that came in a week for the Bible study, and the first page is to ask you to accept the Lord as your personal Savior.
Okay.
As I studied it, it was a mailbox course.
Okay.
As I studied, I accepted the Lord. It was in 2002.
Okay.
I accepted the Lord as personal Savior.
Wow. When you can hear Brother Lionel's story, I'm sure some of us have also been through so many things. Some of us are in prison, and some of us are going through different challenges as young people, probably adults. Some of us are in prison at the moment. You can be in prison in different issues of life. You can be in prison spiritually, in prison in life, in different kinds of things, different kind of angles of life. So I just want you to listen keenly, even as we listen to different people. All these things can be able to bring motivation to you, okay? So, Ma'am Sisa, tell us, please, what are the crushing moments that you would like to share with us?
I would like to share my crushing moments concerning my kids. I have 2 boys and 2 girls.
Okay.
And my first born is a girl.
Okay.
She gave me hell.
Okay.
She refused to go to school
Okay.
when she was supposed to be in grade 8.
Wow, okay. That's probably around 13, 14 years old?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we tried everything to
Okay.
encourage her to go to school, but it all failed. She decided to elope and go to South Africa without her knowledge.
At that young age?
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, she went through a lot. At one time, she messed up and she was taken to a reformatory.
Okay.
If I tell you how she escaped from the reformatory, all of you will be surprised. She was still very young.
Okay.
She climbed a tree and the wardens were looking for her all over, but they couldn't see her.
She was on top of a tree.
On top of a tree.
Wow. And how old do you think she was by then?
She was 13.
13. You know, that pains my heart a lot because today, in this day and age, our teenagers are going through so much, and many of them are going through such kind of things. And you sometimes, as we look at the teenagers, we fail to understand what the parents are literally going through. Yes, ma'am, sister. So, with all these things that you're explaining, this is your daughter you're talking about. What about who was the second born and what went on with them?
My second born was a star. When she was very young, I used to receive prizes every time.
Wow.
She was doing so well.
Wow.
But unfortunately, you know what happens in African countries?
Yes.
Something went wrong with our economy, and
Yeah.
there was no way we could let them carry on their
With
education.
education.
Decided
Yeah.
to-
So what did you decide to do from there? So because you said you are receiving awards concerning her. Now maybe the economy went down, as you say. So what happened with her?
Actually, she had to continue with her secondary education.
Okay.
She did so well, but
Things
You
were not
know,
okay.
we couldn't manage to pay for the things that she wanted to do.
Okay.
She wanted to be a lawyer, and so everything failed. Now she became a cashier in one of the top stores in SA.
At least she tried. Listening to that, I can see someone who never gave up. So what happened to the third born and the fourth born?
The third born and the fourth born, they are boys.
Okay.
And it's a sad story.
Oh,
The third born got caught up with bad friends.
wow.
They influenced him so much that they asked him to drive them to a place somewhere, and he wasn't sure exactly where they were going. So he just got taken away. While he was still there, the owners of the place decided to show up. Now they were nabbed
Wow. Okay.
because they stole a large sum of money from that person. He was a businessman. So when they rushed behind to check what they were taking off with, they discovered the car belonged to the mechanic who used to service their car.
Yes.
And that mechanic happened to be my son.
Oh.
That's how he got named.
Oh. You know, that's why sometimes you are always told your association is very, very important. Because right now, the way you're saying, at the end of the day, he was caught in a bad group, bad friends. He found himself in the wrong place. It's a sad experience. What about the younger one?
The youngest of them all was very young when I left him with the father. And the father was very cruel, very hard on him. And he used to have so many women coming to look after him. And finally, he got so spoiled, he couldn't do things for himself. They used to wash his clothes, cook for him, do nearly everything for him.
Now
You imagine a
he failed to
spoiled
grow
brat.
up.
Yes.
He failed to grow up. Okay, so let's cut it there. Let's just stop you there. Please, let's come to you, Norma. Tell us, what are your crushing moments? What are the crushing moments that you'd like to share with us today? Seeing that I can see that you're still young, so I wonder what kind of crushing moments will you be able to share with us?
Yeah, actually, one of my crushing moments was seeing myself raising my son alone, being a single mom.
Okay, how did you get to that?
That was not easy, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Because when I grew up, I was that kind of girl who was ambitious, full of vision.
Yeah.
I saw myself becoming a lawyer and getting married. That flourishing life, that is what I wished for myself.
Okay.
But unfortunately, things went astray.
Okay.
Without even seeing it, I saw myself becoming a single mom. Yet I told myself that I had met the love of my life.
Okay. By the way,
That was the unfair part.
I understand. But how old is your son by now?
My son is 11 years and turning 12 this year.
Oh, okay. So tell me something. You say he's 11. Oh, you said you raised him alone. When did the father leave? Oh.
You won't believe this. The father left me the moment he discovered that I was pregnant.
Wow.
Everything changed.
Wow, that's
Everything
interesting.
changed.
But sadly enough, these are the stories that so many ladies, many young ladies will tell you today. That they raise the kids alone, the father is not in the picture, the father disappeared somewhere. But this is why I hope next time we can be able to get young men who also have found themselves to be single parents, because I know men who are raising their kids alone. Okay, let's stop you there. Let's go to our beloved sister Cindy. Let's know. Tell us something about yourself. What are the crushing moments that you've been through?
My crushing moments is when my mother died. By then I was 21 years and I had 3 younger siblings. Okay, the family after the death of my mom, they were willing to take us, separate us. The auntie take another one, the uncle, but I made a decision which I cannot allow us to grow up in separate places.
At 21.
At 21, the one
Wow.
who comes after me was 17, the other one 15, the last one was 12. I had to stand up and be a mother of them. I had to tell them, you guys, we have to stay at home. We don't want our home to finish. We want to have a home. So I decided to come to South Africa and work for them. I made sure all of them every day, they've eaten something, they go to school. All of them, they managed to finish their primary level, their high school level. It was their decision whether they want to go further or not.
Wait a minute. These crashing moments are actually exciting me. I'm literally learning something from here. Most of the time when you look at people, you don't know what kind of things they've gone through. You don't know the pains they had to pass through. We tend to judge people based on how we see them. You say you are 21, you had to take care of your 3 younger ones. So you left and you went somewhere to go and start working.
Yes.
And you took them to school.
Yes.
And they finished.
Yes.
So the decision was left. Most of the time, even kids, when they're in school, they don't realize the pain and the challenges that parents go through. They just look at you and they think everything is okay. So this is quite a challenge. But with that is why today we are here to share our crushing moments with the world, so that the world can know that each and every person has a crushing moment. You are not alone in your challenges. So I want to ask each and every one of us a question. So after all this crash that you found yourself in, how are you after the crash? Are you better or worse? Because I'm sure you went through prison. You said you decided not to be a gangster, and Mom, sister, you tell us about the kids you've raised, and yes, you've told us different painful stories about them, but then there is always a then. You understand? Okay, Norma, you're telling us that you've raised your son alone. He's 11, turning 12. There must be light at the end of the tunnel. There has to be something beautiful out of it. Because I know there are many people who have gone through crushing moments and they have stories to tell, beautiful stories to tell. But at the same time, I know there are those that have gone through crushing moments and they've been completely crushed. So that's why I want to know. So tell us, in these crushing moments that you've found yourself going through, have you become better or worse? When we talked to Charlotte, you told us that you raised your sisters, or your sisters and your brothers. Okay, actually, let's use the right English. Your siblings. You raised your siblings until you took them to school. You became a parent to them at a young age. How did you feel when you went through all that and not knowing, not even mentioning that? After going through, what made you decide that, okay, I'm going to be a better person. I'm not going to stay here? What made you decide in prison, no, I'm not going to follow this group? Tell me something. Are you a better person, or has these crashing moments crushed you? Okay, somebody talk. I see you're all interested in saying something.
It's true when they say that after being crushed,
Yeah.
something better comes out from you, or something best, let me say that.
Yeah.
I'll give an example of an orange. When you squeeze an orange, what you get is juice.
Okay, let's drink our orange.
So, when it's directed to me, I learned so many things as a single mom. And to those that are single moms out there, they can also learn so many things. In which I discovered that now it was even better to raise my son alone. Because when I'm looking at the father right now and looking at my son, I can clearly see that my son is going to be a better man. Because he told me to turn out to God no matter what.
Okay.
I prayed, God gave me wisdom on how to raise the same son.
Okay.
Even though I faced so many challenges, I went through so many challenges, but at the end of the day, God had to help me figure a way out. And I know that as time goes by, my son will be a better man compared to his father.
Okay. I hope you're teaching him that one day when he gets a woman in his life, he should not leave the woman with the children behind.
I can never forget what I went through. I will not wish even one woman to go through the same thing I went through.
That's nice. Okay. And then anybody else, please explain to us, are you better or worse? What have you learned in your crushing moments? Yes. Brother Lionel.
I'm wiser,
Okay.
I'm stronger,
That's good.
and I'm better.
Amen.
That's good.
Amen.
That's good. That's good.
When I was released from prison, I told one of the wardens, I'm coming back.
Okay.
He was shocked when I said to him, when I'm coming back, I'm coming to preach the word of God.
Oh, okay. You're coming back was a victorious comeback. That's good. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
shocked when I said, I thought you say you want to do something, then you come back. I said, no, I'm a changed person. Inside of prison, they used to call me, they don't call me as bourgeois or pandit, meaning that you're criminal.
Criminal, yes.
They called me on my name, Mr. de Klerk.
Wow. Wow.
That is only the work of God and what I did inside of prison.
That's good.
Teaching the inmates. 6 o'clock I would wake up and I would greet everyone in the cell while I was a monitor. And I'd say, good morning, brothers. It's a pity there was no woman. Women are on the other side.
Other side.
Good morning, brothers. It's time to pray. Then everybody's quiet and I start to pray. Even I pray in Afrikaans. I say the Our Father in Afrikaans because I was starting to be a Christian. I was just in my beginning.
Yes.
The warden saw the difference within me.
That's good.
The 30 years that I was sentenced, before I want to say it made me better or worse, I made an appeal myself for the 30 years. I took a form and I filled it in. I said, this is what happened. I've been wrongly accused, falsely accused. I don't know this man. And after 4 years, they called me to the High Court. And that 30 years had been, what they call it, set aside.
Do you see? Do you see? Many people find themselves in prison, and they find themselves wrongly accused. They get to prison, and some of them have to stay there. Some die there.
Yeah.
That's why it brings us back again to Mom Sisa about your son, who found himself with the wrong crowd, and now he find himself being tied up to a situation that he never thought he could find himself in. But look at his story. That Brother Lionel's story is quite encouraging. That he did not go in there and decide to live a life of anger. He decided to himself that, you know what, something good will come out of this.
Yes.
So those are the things that we need to learn, even as we talk to people outside, that it doesn't matter how bad the situation is, something good can come out of it. Mom Sister, so yes, Brother Lionel, you have not finished. Just tell us shortly. So do you feel you are better or worse since you went to prison?
That's my conclusion, that I'm better.
You are better.
I'm better.
That's a good one. In other words, the crushing moments came, yes. They were painful, yes. But you came out better.
And wiser.
And wiser.
strong.
And stronger.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Yes, Mom Sister. Tell us, what are you better or worse with these raising these great men and women of God, or great men or great women that you could raise. Maybe some, I'm sure you thought some will be pastors, engineers, lawyers, doctors, and then probably they did not achieve that. So, and you are here today, you're still here to see them. Do you regret? Do you feel like, there are some people who say, I regret having these children.
Yes.
And then some people will say, you know what, I'm grateful that I had them because I learned this and that. So what will you say? Do you regret, or are you happy to have them?
I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
I love my kids.
That's good.
No matter how bad, how much they've messed themselves up, but I still believe the God I serve changes things in a second.
Okay.
For example, the verse that strengthens me so much is the one that says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, and the Lord delivers him from them all.
That's nice. That's nice.
For now, I am a very strong woman. Wherever I go, I don't close my mouth concerning God. I make sure I encourage people.
Okay.
I work in a school, and in that school, everyone knows me.
Okay.
I teach my kids.
Okay.
We have a session, a 10-minute session of the Word of God. And now the teachers, when they have problems with their kids, they just say, please go to Mom Sisa. She will open a verse for you and teach you.
So in other words, Mom Sisa, despite all these things, you educated yourself still, and you are a teacher till now.
Yes. And you know why I'm doing that?
Yeah.
I know as I take care of other people's children, God is taking care of me.
Wow. I'm glad to hear that. That's interesting. That's good. That's a good attitude. Yes. So what did you want to say?
No, just to add on what Mama said.
Yes.
The book of Hebrews 13 verse 5 tells us that God will never leave us nor forsake us.
Okay.
No matter what you are going through, God is still there. He's still going to put a smile on your face. Just hold on to your faith. Trust Him. He will be there.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful one. Thank you so much, Sis Norma. That's beautiful. Yes, and who else want to say something? Are you better or worse? From how you raised your your siblings? Actually, now we'll call them your kids. You become the mother. So you decided to become the mother. So tell me something.
Okay, to be better or worse, it's my decision to make. If I decided to be worse, I was going to come and forget about them. But since I decided to be better, I took them as my own. At that younger age, I raised them. Even right now, I'm proud when I see them. Because right now they've grown. Among 3 of them, I'm not taking care of any of them. So I'm proud of myself. I can feel somehow what they stole my youth. Because at 21, you have to live your own life. But that is not a problem because I played my role of being a mother to my siblings. I'm very proud of myself, and they respect me of that. They love me of that because I should have chose whatever, but I chose them over the pleasures. One thing that I learned, to be a parent to someone, it doesn't matter how old you are.
That's true.
It's
That's
decision and love you have towards someone.
That's true.
So I would love to tell people who find themselves in that situation, you cannot give away your family because you feel like I'm young, I'm 21, I have to do 1, 3 for myself. Try to find out a way how you can move forward with your family.
You see?
It's not that easy, but there's always a way. I know there was a reason why God decided to let my mom, because my father went a long time ago. So it's like we used to grow to be with our mother. All of a sudden, my mother went. But we manage. Right now, we are grown. Even the one that I call the youngest one, right now she's a mother of other. She has her own children. So I'm really proud of myself.
So this life, you understand, Babo? You must be willing. It's good for you to grow up. In Zulu, they say, you grow up. Situations can make you grow, you know? So if you've grown up, if you allow yourself, it's not about I'm 12 years old, I cannot take care of somebody else. That motherliness, that care, that trust, that love comes from the heart. I like when in South Africa they like to use the word Ubuntu. You know, that Ubuntu starts from here. It's not something that you just get up and say, I have Ubuntu. No, Ubuntu starts from home. You know, we are told, English says charity begins at home. You cannot show somebody else what you don't have. You can never give what you don't have. So it's a very good, when I listen to each and every one of you, it makes me, I'm encouraged. I'm literally encouraged that there is no challenge too big, there is no mountain too high that I cannot climb. It doesn't matter how deep the valley is, or I find myself deep in the ocean, I can come out. That is what I'm learning here. And I'm hoping that people out there can see that it doesn't matter. She was young. You've been a mother. Many mothers are proud of their kids. And everybody will be telling you, my child will be a president. My child will be this. And trust me, listen to parents when they are talking about their children. You'll be like, everybody's talking high about their children. So then, if your child is going through so much challenges, or your child is bringing you shame, it's not something to write home about. But then here you are, you're standing to say, I went through this, but that did not destroy me. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Mom Sisa is one of the best mothers you can ever have. I always say to her, your kids are blessed. She's one of the best mothers you can ever have. So the kids are really blessed. I wish they understood that. And I pray wherever they are, that they will be able to see this video and know how much their mom loves them and how much she goes out of her way to be a blessing to each and every one of us who knows her. Okay? And Brother Lionel here, with all the things that, imagine you've been given 30 years for something you didn't do. Most of the time, what happens is people get angry and they become worse. They say, I did not do it anyway, and you said I did it, so let me do it. Yes. But on the contrary, he decided, I will not conform to what you want me to conform to. I will not be the kind of person you want me to be. I am better than this. So that is great. And coming to Norma, being a single parent, of which these days it has become something that is a norm. But you standing up and saying, you know what, even though I find myself in this situation, I'm going to raise somebody better. That's the right attitude. Because I always say to people, when you find yourself in the fire, what do? You are in the fire. It's not that you're thinking you're outside, you are inside. What do? You look for means of survival. And then your survival should not be a survival where you now decide, okay, I'm in the fire, let me take the fire and go and burn every other person. No. So your stories are great encouragement. So any lessons that you've learned through all these experiences that you have all gone through? Any lessons?
Yes. The lesson that I've learned is to have respect, even for a criminal. In the cell, when I have a meeting, I will tell the inmates, if we as brothers can have respect for one another, all will be okay in the cell.
Respect.
Not only respect, forgiveness, because that is key. The person that they done you wrong, especially when they come to court and testify against you, and they know that they are false witness against you. That's why the Bible says a false witness won't go unpunished. But we as Christians today need to pray and ask God forgive them, for they did not know what they were doing.
Wow, that's great. So we need to learn to respect. We need to learn to forgive. It's very important. Even young kids out there, young youths, those in prison right now, families that are going through challenges, forgive. Respect people in their various kind of life, whichever things they do. Respect them. And it's easy to talk to somebody when you respect them. They literally listen to you. Okay, anybody else? What are the lessons that you learned? Yes, Mom Sisa.
I learned to trust God
Okay.
in everything I do.
Okay.
Whenever I have a problem, I remember one time when this thing happened, it was so bad. I couldn't sleep when I was in the house. Even at night, my boy was walking up and down, and we were so scared he could do anything bad to any of us. So the only time I had to relax was school. One day I was sitting on the rocking chair, and I felt like having this deep sleep. I told my friend, I want to close my eyes and sleep. She said, no. Stop it. Who will look after your kids? It was like, I think I always believe I was going that time. I was going. And maybe I can say that was a way of praying for me to say, no, you're not going anywhere. You have to. Yes. So from then I learned that we must tell God everything. And if I tell you the inner peace that God has given me, nothing can break me now.
Despite the challenges.
No matter what, nothing can break me. Every time I have problems, I remember Jesus said, take all your cares and give them to me. I pray a short prayer. I say, God, you see what I'm facing now. I can't take it any longer. Over to you. And I forget it all. I have inner peace.
Okay.
Amen.
That's good. Any lessons learned?
Yeah, personally, I've learned the lesson that in this life, it is very important to take advice from other people. It is also very important to be prayerful and know God. Ask Him to lead and direct you every step of the way. Because if I had done that, honestly, I would have found myself with that man of my dreams. I would have been stuck along the way. But in which I'm not regretting, I have learned, and I'm not going to repeat that mistake, the same mistake again.
Okay. Any lessons learned through this?
While we are talking as a group, I've learned from other people, because most of the time we always think we have gone through a lot.
Yes.
Like right now on my side, I found myself being a mother at a young age, but right now I'm not raising those people anymore. So it's more like I have achieved. But when I come back to the story of Umamusisa, she's going through that.
Yes,
Because
she's
in that
inside there
situation
right now. Yes.
While I can call my own, I've passed that.
Yes.
So in this life, I've learned Uguti, life, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens on its time. So in this life, we have to stay focused. Whatever the challenge we are facing, try to move on and pass that challenge. Challenges always come. Like right now, so many children have found themselves orphans because of this pandemic that we are going through.
Which is true, yes.
But you don't have to give up on your family members. If you are the oldest ones, try by all means to go through with your siblings. Don't give up on your siblings. That's what I can say to those who are going what I went through.
Wow, okay. Wow, to be sincere, she made a very, very important comment there. She says, Mom Sisa is going through right now. Because many a times we want to talk about what we have passed through. We have already passed, we're on the other side. But then what if you're still in the fire? What kind of attitude should you have? So it's quite encouraging to see Mom Sisa still being strong and going through it. And that is an encouragement to me. And then also to listen to those who are going through it, to hear how they handled it. He was in prison, how he stood, how he decided to respect others. Those are things that make you realize that, wow, So to be sincere, your stories are quite an encouragement. And I'm hoping that many people out there are listening to you. Okay, in closing, because our time is far much spent, tell me something, any advice that you can be giving to anybody who's feeling right now that, hey, the weight is too heavy on me. The challenges I'm going through, it's too much. Yes.
Yes, I just want to tell the inmates, moenie hoop opgee nie, my broer. I'm crying today. Ek weet jy is daar verniet, maar moenie hoop opgee nie. Ga na die Here toe, go to God and ask Him to protect you, to guide you and to lead you.
Strengthen you.
The people thought I was now down, but God lifted me up from the miry clay. As you read in a book in Genesis, what happened to Joseph.
Yes.
At the end of the day, Joseph was used for those who were against him. Today I can encourage you and say, moenie hoop opgee nie, my broer. Los hy number. Leave it. Gangsterism doesn't count. That when you come out, the community is waiting for you
That's true. That's true.
to come and be a difference in their lives.
That's true. A positive
Thank you.
difference. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Lionel. That was quite touching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any encouragement, Mom Sisa?
I would encourage the mothers, the parents, and even the little ones, whatever problems you're facing, whether it's the pandemic that is affecting the whole world. Remember, this pandemic is not bigger than God.
That's true.
God is bigger than any problem. So if we decide to follow God, read the word, obey God, speak the word, live the life, encourage others, God will always be on our side.
That's true. That's true. Yes. Any encouragement to those out there?
My encouragement is especially directed to the single mothers. All I can say to them is that they must stay focused. That dream that they have deep inside them, let that dream come to the open and fulfill that dream.
That's true.
Let not be any hindrance along the way. Just trust God and be focused and be a better woman. That's all I can say.
That's good. That's good. Be a better woman. Just be focused. Don't let the dream die. Yes. Any encouragement to anyone out there who's watching and going through this, feeling like the pain, the challenge is too heavy on them to bear?
It's not over as long as they are still breathing. That's my encouragement.
It's not over. Okay. You see, viewers, we'll end that today, but I hope you have learned. I hope you've heard from Brother Lionel, Mom Sisa, Sis Norma, and Sis Charlotte. I hope you've learned and you've been encouraged. I hope your lives will change for the better. No matter the situation you find yourself in, there is something great on the other side. Don't give up yet. Don't look down on yourself, because something great will come out of you. You are a blessing going somewhere to happen. So don't look down on yourself. Otherwise, thank you so much. Everybody, please say thank you. Say bye-bye to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much. Okay. Till next time. Bye for now. Hi, this is Irene Sola from Let's Talk. If you love our videos, please subscribe, like, and share them. See you again next time. Bye. Ciao.